What's up, guys? It's Chuck with CycloneFPV, and it has been a little while since we've done a video. Actually, it's been a long while, and I'm just getting a few things together. I think I had a pen here. I'm also seeing if our chat is streaming. I'm not sure if it's streaming yet. I'm looking over here to my left, so bear with me. I'm going to wait and see if I can get some updates on our chat. So this is going to be it's going to take me just a minute. Let me see if it's even going to come through first. I don't know yet. It might not. This is going to be kind of interesting to see. If I don't see it, I'll have to hang in there and bear with me on this because I'm watching the screen here. And I'm not sure I'm going to see any comments. So I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do though. I may not see questions. If you post them, I may only see them from one platform. I may either see them from Facebook or I may see them from YouTube. I don't know because I'm putting in a bunch of new software. But look, here's the purpose of this. I see. Hey, what's up, Rob? So I see the YouTube comments. I cannot tell you if I'm going to be able to see the Facebook comments. That's going to be an interesting one. So we'll just have to see. If I don't see them on Facebook, guys, jump on over to YouTube if you can. I see Jason. I want to buy one. Okay, I got you. Okay, so this is kind of an important thing. I want to get it on Facebook, but I'm trying to think of how I can do this because I'm not able to see any Facebook questions. But you know what? Hold on. Maybe I can. Bear with me a second. I want to see if maybe I can switch on my PC here and go to Facebook and see if I see it. So give me 1 second. I don't want to miss anybody if they're asking a question or posting something. So give me 1 sec, guys, and I'll get that set up because I did use a different software. So let me just use my authenticator to get in. Where the heck is that? Here we go. Let's see if we can make this work. And then I will be back to watch both chats. Hey, Bill, Jason, Ray. Hey, there's my boy. What's up, Angel? Okay, so let's see. We're going to save this browser, and I'll try to, like I said, I think my main thing here is going to try to see if I can get my Facebook comments on here as well, just in case I miss something on that end. Allow. All right, bear with me. Take me just 1 minute longer. There it is. Okay. Okay, so on Facebook's side, I think I see it now. Angel, Bryce, and so forth. I don't know if it's going to give me, I don't know if it's going to keep updating them, but I'll see. Okay, so bear with me. If you are on Facebook, posting, hey, Rudy, I see you guys. Okay, so I think I might be able to watch it, but I'm going to have to go between the two. All right, so look, guys, here's the deal. Rob, you're very welcome. Jason, you're welcome. Everybody, thank you. Rudy, you're very welcome. Guys, look, let me just put it like this, okay? Because obviously there's been a lot of talk going around, and we've done a lot of things to justify that. And as I've talked to y'all here, I am going to look over here because this is where all the comments are being posted up. And I felt like I needed to take some time, and so, but I can't put everything in one video. I actually got a pad of paper here. I'm going to take notes. And I'm going to try to answer any questions you have, if you have any right now. I am definitely going to talk about some of the comments that have been made, some of the things that have been said. And then I'm going to talk about what we're doing, okay? So first of all, let me say this. I want to thank all of y'all for the awesome time I've had doing drones, right? I mean, we started in 2017. We went live in 2018. Let me stop you here, Ray. I'm not going to answer any questions right now about product sales, any orders, or any repairs. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because I want to focus on some of the things here, but I will get back to you as soon as I can, okay? So just hit me up with an email or something. Anyways, getting back to this. Okay, so we started in 2017 out of my garage, and I'm back in my garage. It's 2022, and it has been one hell of a run, okay? 2018, we went live on Facebook with this, and it blew up. I mean, it's been an awesome run. That doesn't mean it's over, though. But there are so many people that are like ready. They're just like vultures that are hovering, right? Cyclone, you're selling old stuff. You're bulk selling it. You're going out of business, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, my God. If people had better things to do with their time than worry about Cyclone and be so prepared for us to fail or go out of business, I mean, it's like, okay, so let me explain to you where we're at. let me explain to you why we've done what we've done, and let me explain to you where we're going. And then from there, we're going to do a video series, and it is going to be in your benefit. Those of you that have stuck by us are going to benefit tremendously from this. So let's get started. First things first. As many of you know, and some of you may not know, and a lot of what I'm about to tell you has to do with what's happened now. First things first is, back in April of this year, we were doing who cuts your hair? Shut up, Robert. I cut my hair. It looks good, damn it. Anyways, we've been doing drones for the schools for the last 5 years. As a matter of fact, the school here, York Junior High, was the largest in the country. More students, 120 students registered to one teacher, which made them the largest drone curriculum class in the country for junior highs. And we had schools calling. Well, okay, so it turned out, and this is just, I'm gonna give you a brief thing on this. In April of this year, it turned out that there was a fire in the drone room, right? The fire was blamed on my equipment. This really hurt us a lot, but we knew it wasn't true. We knew that this was something that was made up, but we couldn't figure out why. So, and you're going to see all of this come out. You're going to see all of these things come out because we're getting ready to do a big deal with a local news agency who's going to uncover this story. But I feel like it's kind of neat to tell you guys first. So, the school, the principal at York Junior High, a new lady who transferred from a school called Oak Ridge in that area, she said that it was our equipment, and she said the fire marshal said it was our equipment. Well, we filed an open records request to get all the information, and the district tried to stop our request by filing with the Attorney General's office in Texas to halt it, to tell them to redact it. There was 900 documents we asked for. They tried to hold 600 of them, okay? And all of this will be posted so you can see. And I'm gonna call them out, so trust me when I know. If I was lying, they could sue me. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they're so full of shit. What they did was so corrupt and so wrong, but it hurt us so badly that now, so let me just continue. So we filed an open records request. We filed it with the district because I wanted to see the conversations between everybody. The legal department, the superintendent, assistant superintendent, whoever was involved, the principal, the teachers, everyone, including the fire department. They tried to halt it, and it sat for, I don't know, a few months waiting for the Attorney General's office to respond, okay? Whether they were going to withhold those documents. The Attorney General's office told them to piss off, and they had to release them to us. I got them 2 weeks ago. Okay, and it's jaw-dropping what we saw. Let me explain to you. So here's what happened. What happened was, and this is going to be amazing when it hits the news. So we found emails from the principal to the teachers, and the teachers asking the teachers what happened. The teachers reported, including the on-site police officer, the school police officer, that there was a fire in the classroom, in the drone classroom. But here's the kicker. Nobody was in there. That fire took place while everybody was outside flying drones, okay? The kids walked into the classroom. Now understand, this is a new addition to the school. This is a 100% cinder block, 0 windows, 1 door in and out of this classroom. It is, for all practical purposes, a death chamber if you can't get out and a fire breaks out. There's no other options, okay? Well, the fire had been burning long enough to melt like 6 brand new Free Sky transmitters, all in the box. Burned through the box, melted the transmitters down to practically nothing. Melted all the batteries, it burned the whole cabinet it was in. It was a big fire, and had been burning for a long time. The question then was, where's the alarm? Where was the alarm to warn everybody in the school that there had been fire burning for about 10-15 minutes, and then it had melted? Well, no alarm. So the kids go and open the door, and there's smoke. The room's covered. It's filled. So they shut the door immediately. Still nobody knew about the fire. The kids were the first ones to walk into what could have been a horrific situation. The teacher turns around, finds out that now obviously he's following behind them. They tell him immediately, the room is filled with smoke. Okay? So there's a fire. The teacher has another teacher present somewhere in the hallway there who assists him by taking the kids and pulling them aside. The teacher goes in and gets the fire extinguisher and starts putting out the fire. okay? In the meantime, the second teacher who's outside trying to get with the students calls the assistant principal. The assistant principal has no clue there's a fire in the building. Nobody knows there's been a fire in the building. Again, no smoke detectors going off, no fire alarms going off, nothing. Nobody talks about that though. The assistant principal then, with the police officer, because they hear this, comes down to the room. All of a sudden, panic hits. He orders the teachers to take the kids to another area of the school. This police officer is standing there as well. They call the fire department to tell them there is a fire. They need immediate assistance. As a matter of fact, the teacher said there was nobody coming. I called them and said we needed help. Okay? Still no fire alarm. No fire alarm until the assistant principal manually pulls the fire alarm, at which point the entire school is evacuated. Okay? Now, so far I'm 10 minutes into my story, 8 minutes into my story. So this is what happens. For the next 3 or 4 hours, all the kids are evacuated from the school. I know because I drive by, because my phone is blowing up. Tarek, what happened? Your drone's exploded. I'm hearing it's your product. I'm like, don't know anything about it. Fire department shows up. Okay? The building is now filled with smoke. The fire department's job now is to help remove the smoke from the building. Fire has been put out by the teacher. Awesome job he did. Coach Stafford, the drone instructor, went in there and did the job because nobody else was responding. I walk in that classroom that afternoon with the principal standing right there, and this is what she says to me. I've never met her before. She says to me, your charger caused the fire. The fire was because of the charger, and the fire marshal has looked at this and looked the charger up online and seen that this is a common problem. And he's concerned. And I'm like, what? You got to be kidding me. And I said, are we trusting the internet, or do they do an actual investigation? There will be an investigation. Cool. Kicker is, this entire conversation is recorded. She doesn't know that until this video right now. Okay? Turns out she was lying to me. Turns out that who she was on the phone with was not the fire marshal, but apparently somebody related to the school, assistant superintendent or something like that. Because I spoke to the fire marshal. He has no clue about this. Now, assistant fire marshal, different story. Let's move on though. So they then blame the equipment. Here's what happens. They tell all the parents who call about what's happened. This principal tells the parents there was a fire because of my product, drone program shut down. On top of that, the school refused. Now all the drones, and here's the other part. The school then has a company like ServPro or Blackman Mooring come in to what do you call it? To clean up the room, because all that the stuff out of the fire extinguisher, the chemical that comes out, it has to now be cleaned. The room smells like absolute hell, and it has to be cleaned. All of that material that's been sprayed out can corrode electronics. So now they have to have them cleaned. And what part of the electronics are in there? Not just the, sorry, my Band-Aids all over the place, apologize. Not just the computers and stuff, all the drones that the kids bought. Now keep in mind, each kid, each family paid about $200 for their entire drone kit. Figure that into how much that cost, right? And that is now a little over 20 some odd thousand, about $22,000, $24,000. The drones are now, people are told they're not allowed to take the drones home. The drones have had this chemical on it. They're going to be cleaned. So what does the school do? The school refuses to do it. The school decide, they have, in the open records request, I got the emails. This is all they're concerned about. They don't give a damn about anything else except, do we have to replace the drones? They decide, since the kids bought the drones, it's not the school's responsibility. Okay? No, to answer your question, yes, the battery is being charged unsupervised. Okay? Now, let's move on. So, at the end of reading all these emails, the one thing that seems to be persistent here is they just don't want to pay for the replacement of the drones. So you say, now why would a school have a problem paying $20,000 to replace drones that were damaged on their property during school? I mean, if the school lamppost, you're parked in their parking lot, and the lamppost should fall on your car, they're going to call insurance, right? Insurance will cover it. So why not call insurance? This is the interesting part. As soon as I got that open records request, I filed one with the fire department. Okay? Want to guess what I saw? The school failed its fire inspection in October. And they did not have another inspection done to pass until after the fire. So tell me now, let me ask you something. You have a school with brand new additions, all paid for by the new bond that they got, right? And in October, every single thing that the fire inspector went through failed. The school got a failed status on the report. Failed. Now tell me, those kids were sent into a death trap. Could have been a death trap. Could have been some serious problems. So why don't you call insurance? Now this is my guess, because I'm not an expert. But if you file with insurance is going to want to have an investigation, right? Sure they will. Insurance does that. There's supposed to be an investigation, right? But this time there wasn't. Amazingly, there was no investigation, even though I told her would be, even though the damage was in the 30 to 50,000 and up range, there was no investigation. There was no formal investigation done by the fire department. So now the question is, why didn't the fire department do their job? Here's the kicker. There was an evaluation done by somebody, the fire department, and it says clearly, smoke detectors present, functional. They functioned and alerted the occupants. That's a lie. We know it's a lie. We know it's a lie because the kids were the first ones in the room. Nobody knew that there was a fire going on. It burned for 15 minutes roughly, and no alarm went off. So there's a lie there. Smoke detectors didn't work. As a matter of fact, if that fire report, all the fire crap failed. So now what insurance is going to do, I'm assuming, is say, we want to see the inspection. We want to see the investigation. And all of a sudden, they failed. All of a sudden, the fire equipment, the fire system to alert people of a fire, to protect those kids, to alert you of smoke, didn't go off. Didn't go off. 3 witnesses, all teachers, 2 teachers and a police officer. No fire alarm, no alert system. Nobody knew there was a fire in that school. So what did they do? They blamed me. But here's the kicker on top of that. Not only did they fail their inspection and put kids in harm's way, but when the assistant superintendent wrote the legal department, and when the principal wrote an email to the staff, they both denied there was a fire. As a matter of fact, the principal said, no guys, there was no raging fire, there was an overheated charger. Something like that. But it's what the assistant superintendent said that was worse. He wrote an email to the what's her name? Carrie Galatis. I know this lady because she has been a thorn in my ass forever regarding my divorce and custody. She is, for all I can say, just somebody that has made it absolute hell to get anything done with my stuff. Matter of fact, well, anyways, we won't go into that. So I know of this lady. I've spoken to her. I've exchanged emails with her. This guy writes her, this assistant superintendent of operations, and he says there was no fire. How can you have no fire? How can an assistant superintendent lie to the legal department? How can the principal lie to the staff? How can they say there was no fire? Yet pictures that we took when we were there, and pictures taken by the fire department, and the report by the fire department says there was a fire. The melted components. I mean, we're talking about free sky radios like X9Ds, X9 lights, melted to nothing. There's no fire. You had an overheated charger, no fire. So at the end, thanks to this open records request, Well, let's just keep going. So they tell the parents this. So now here's what happens. These kids are out of a drone. I wrote to school. I said, why are you telling parents that it's my equipment that caught fire? And why are you not giving them their drones back? School decided that the drones were too dangerous. So their problem was this. That material that comes out of the fire extinguisher sprays onto those, gets onto the drones, right? Well, their analysis, their end thing is, that makes their drones dangerous. So now they need to not just clean them, they need to replace them. Okay? But they refuse to. $20,000 worth of drones. These parents spent good money. These kids did their time, built these drones by hand, flew them. And because of some nonsense, cheap-ass stuff done, some stunts pulled by the principal, by the assistant superintendent, by the district in general, by the Conroe Independent School District, those kids lost their drones. All that money gone. And the school paid $0 to get them their drones back. So what happened to the drone program? Shut it down. There's one email in that open records request that came from the head of CTE. I think he's the head guy. And it says, I don't think the equipment was to blame. He says, so I'm paraphrasing. It could have been somebody else's error. I want to speak to Tarek from Cyclone personally. And I don't know whatever happened, but he never reached out to me. So this investigation that's just started. So I contacted the state last week, the state fire marshal last week. It is so crazy that this school tried to cover this up. It is so crazy that these people can lie to the point where they shut down the #1 school drone program in the country. We produced the largest drone program in the country at this junior high with the help of Coach Brian Stafford, who didn't know drones when we started. And all of a sudden he has 120 kids and they're talking about hiring more teachers. And I'll tell you this, in March, the month before that fire, the head of CTE contacted me. They wanted us to design the curriculum for the high schools now. We were about to explode onto a level that we had been working on for so long. Turns out somebody had it in for us because it came out that this lady didn't want the drone program anyway. Rumor has it she didn't want it. Okay. So this is #1. This started an issue with us where all of a sudden the parents think we produced a bad product. These parents live in the neighborhood I live in. We went from doing all of this business, being the largest, to now losing our school, losing the district, and losing the confidence of the parents here. And if the AG's office hadn't allowed me to have those records, it would have just been talk. But thank God I got those records, and they're all going to be posted live. So we've hired an investigative reporter who's nationally known. And he is actually going to do the entire story on this and break it out for everyone. And here's what I said. I want a formal apology. I want the district to admit that they lied. I want the assistant superintendent, and I want that principal who knows nothing. I want them held accountable. I want to know what would happen to those kids if that fire broke out and they got injured. You had kids in a school that had no working fire system in those new rooms, and you're blaming me. Bullshit. So, you know what? They could be saving their ass like I'm reading you guys say. I understand that. But thank God for open records. Freedom of information, baby. Because it shows right there. Fire report had a lie. School failed. Never took another fire test again to see a fire inspection until after the fire. They held kids in that school from October until April. And never had that fire inspection again. How do I know? Because I asked for every fire inspection for that year, the year before, and the year after. And there's a gap there. October failed. May passed. Fire was in April. Those kids could have been hurt. But instead of taking blame, instead of perhaps maybe being criminally negligent, perhaps not even having the occupancy permission to have kids in there, they deflect it and blame me. Well, now, game on. And I want you guys to take this and pass it to everybody. Because not only did these kids lose out, That teacher is no longer at that school. The #1 class in the country for drones, the #1 highest volume of kids, butts in chairs in a single semester. Program got shut down, teachers gone, drone program's done. All because these people lied and did something that could have gotten the kids hurt, but didn't want to admit to it. And now, here's my video. Let them come after me. Let them say I'm lying. You'll see all the documents shortly. So let people know. Because what that did for us is simple. It took out our entire need for the building and the property. I did this building, $1.2 million investment for these kids. We were so happy when they came out. It's like, I love selling to y'all, don't get me wrong. But man, when you see kids, especially kids, some of these kids couldn't even afford it. So we're giving it to them for free. Just play, have fun, enjoy. For the school to take that away from them and to basically make all our stuff done makes no sense. That's ignorance. That's stupidity. That's greed. That's dishonesty. That's Conroe ISD. Prove me wrong. Because I got all the documents they tried to stop me from getting. Now they're sitting right here. You can read them when I post them. So we had no need for the property anymore. So what do? Well, a few weeks ago I had a guy walk up to me and he said, "Hey, I'm going to give you 2 years of rent up front if you'll rent me the building." Done. Why would I keep it? For 4 out of the 5 years I functioned out of my home, selling over $1 million worth of product here and there. Why would I sit there then? A guy gives me 2 years of money up front. I got a family. But some people on the internet, they're like, "Oh my God, you sell out." Listen, homie, unless you're paying my rent, which you're not, unless you're buying my kids their food, which you're not, unless you're paying for their school, my wife's car, or anything else, our health insurance, I'm not a sellout if I make the right business decision. You're just ignorant because you don't understand business. So I made the deal. We ended up back here. Thank you, God, for that money. That was great. Okay? And then Sam and I sat down and we decided to figure out where we were going to go with the rest of our what are we going to do? What are we going to do with our life now? What do we want to do with drones? Well, the FAA thing went to crap. Thanks, Tyler. Completely dissatisfied with how that was handled. And I voiced that from the beginning. But with the FAA's ruling and the fact that this was something run amok, nobody got together to do it properly. Here's a fact. The FAA's ruling is detrimental to the success of this hobby, to the future of this hobby. As long as people keep pushing them, they're going to push back and it's going to get worse. So you have to diversify. Will the FPV hobby be around forever? I don't think so. Will it be limited to where you can fly? I do think so. Will that become limited? I think so as well. The rules are very clear. Even the property we have, they could take it away if they wanted to. There's nothing we could do about it. So we have to look at it and say, all right, look. To date, if I'm not mistaken, DJI is the first company to be approved by the FAA's new remote ID platform. DJI. Most FPV guys don't use DJI. And we're not talking about your goggles. We're talking about the drones. Everybody's anti-DJI most of the time, I guess. What about all the drones you guys fly? What about the stuff we're supposed to do? It's a squeeze play. They lost. It shouldn't have been done that way to begin with. Should have been handled properly. It wasn't. It was done, some go rogue, raise money. Let's go after them. Let's throw our shit together. If we lose, it's gonna be costly. If we win, we get to brag. Well, I don't think it was worth the gamble, and I voiced that from the beginning. But at this point, it's not an "I told you so." At this point, it is a let's be real. As the way the FAA is going, this hobby is going to be squeezed. And if you want to fight them, go ahead. You'll make it harder for everybody else. You want to keep flying in areas you shouldn't fly in? You'll still get in trouble. And when you do, it's going to make the news. And when that happens, there'll be more people that don't like you. When that happens, the hobby gets shrunk. And who does this kill at the end? The kids. Because these are the people that it affects the most. Okay? What is this? Was your biggest advocate against the FAA? Listen, let me explain something to everybody about advocates, okay? At the end of the day, who makes money if the FAA does remote ID? Corporate drone companies. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be the only ones that are going to be able to do it properly. You can advocate one thing, you could say this or the other, but at the end of the day, those companies that are big, the Amazons, the Googles, the Facebooks, the DJIs, the Autels, the Parrot, they will win. Because now we have to do certain things. The hobbyist will not win. You will not win. And it is not a, I'm bashing it. It is a, be real though. We have to comply soon. And that is going to take its toll on the hobby to some extent. So you have to diversify. You have to cut back on some things. You have to say, okay, we have now tensions with China. We have shit going on with China left and right, yet they're supposed to supply us with the equipment for remote ID. Our boards are supposed to have this ability to have this soon. We're not there yet. So I have to think about that too. What am I going to do? What are we going to do? Will the hobby be as big as it was, or will it see a decline? And the fact is, it is seeing a decline. I don't care what anybody says. You could look at the numbers, manufacturing numbers, sales numbers. There is a decline that exists in the hobby. It doesn't mean it's going to go away, but it is something you have to prepare for. And it doesn't mean it's done for good, but it does limit what's possible now. Okay? You will have to buy insurance. Eventually you will. And there's going to be points where insurance companies don't want to cover you. You will have to fly in a regular area, in an approved area. And if you don't, you will get your license. And if you screw up this, and if you don't do this, and eventually the freedom of flying, just like driving an RC car. Can you imagine if everybody who races RC cars would have to have a driver's license for it? You'll see the numbers decline. That's what's going to happen. And what's going to happen is the airspace is going to become more regulated, more restricted. Okay? Will it affect teachers? No, it won't. Schools are going to be able to, through the, I mean, this is state. So just let's put it like this. Schools in the state and the government, man, they're always going to be able to make it, which is why there's still a future for kids. But what I'm trying to get at is, well, there is a future for kids in this. On the hobby level, on the stuff that we sell and willy-nilly here and there, it's going to slowly come to, it's going to come to a bottleneck, let's say. Will it ever be gone? I don't know. I don't know. But the rules are become very restricted. And they will be enforced. So we've got to figure out, okay, there's 100 million people out there, and I'm just saying like this, right? Numbers are obviously wrong. The majority of people out there who fly FPV are like, screw the government. They're not going to tell me where I can fly. No, they are. Cut your shit. They are. Okay? You're not big badass. You're not some militia of people that the government's going to be scared of. They will tell you where you can fly. You might think, oh, I'm badass. I'm going to fly without the government's approval. Look at me go. Nah. That'll last for so long before they crack down even harder. It'll last until somebody gets hurt, whether intentional or not. It'll last until the government wants it to stop. That's a fact. So you'll have to comply. That does bring down what we can do. Okay? That's a fact, guys. You can deny it all you want, but it is a fact. So we took that into consideration. First, we got this stupid thing with the school district. Then we got the FAA's ruling. And then it bothered me. Because then all of a sudden we run a sale, and I'm watching these people, just the rudest, most just disgusting people, say the worst things because of their entitled, small-minded, ignorant, barely got out of high school, and that doesn't mean shit because I didn't even finish. And my kids are still in elementary school and middle school, and they got more common sense. And I look at my wife, I'm like, what the hell are we doing? We're trying to help these people. We're trying to get drones in the hands of people at an affordable way, and we're still dealing with it. And we said, stop. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give it away. And that's what you guys don't know that we were doing. For the last month, we organized a donation with a district in Dallas that will give the schools with the lowest income, I mean, not just only the lowest incomes though, but they will distribute what we gave them to all of these schools. I mean, multiple schools, a lot of which are low income. So I sat with my wife and I said, look, we can keep selling to everybody at a discount and then have to listen to people complaining. It's never good enough, there's a problem, this, that, and the other. Fine. And don't get me wrong, there were some very appreciative people, and I love y'all, and I appreciate you. But it's very daunting when you're trying to do something and people just I had a guy ask for a refund for 10 cents. Okay? Because I forgot to put in his shipment the rosin cleaner. It was discounted to 10 cents. He wanted his refund. I mean, I get it. Principle, whatever. You got everything so much below cost, yet you still wrote me because you wanted a refund for 10 cents. I just looked at my wife, I was like, I'm done. So here's what we did. We called the district and we told them to come down with a trailer and a box truck. And we managed to load over $200,000 worth of equipment into their stuff and send it on its way for free. And do you want to know something? It was awesome. It was one of the best feelings ever because nobody complained. In fact, they couldn't stop saying thank you enough. And I know all those kids that have no money are going to enjoy what you guys have been enjoying for a long time. And I looked at them, I was like, God, it felt good. And I'm like, I swear on God, I swear on my kids, for anybody that may not believe it, Keller ISD and their group up in Dallas drove down 4 guys, 1 box truck, 1 big ass trailer. And I can tell you, behind me used to sit my CNC. It's gone. I gave all my CNC machines away. I gave $10,000 worth of carbon fiber away, $20,000 worth of CNC equipment away. I gave $200,000 worth of stuff away. Motors, ESCs, new drones, frames, everything. Thousands of pieces of equipment. I will not see that money, but I slept so good that night. Okay? What is that? Bunch of incomplete drone parts they won't know how to use. Right on though. Probably can write it off. No, actually, that is absolutely untrue. Bunch of incomplete drone parts. What the hell does that mean, incomplete drone parts? What kind of stupid comment is that? Okay, incomplete drone parts. I gave them motors, brand new, ESCs, flight controllers. They have an awesome drone program up at Keller ISD. If you don't know what you're talking about, go look it up. Go speak out to them. These guys fly Matrice 600s. They build their own drones. And they who do the drone program are going to help the other schools and teach the teachers to use what we gave them. Brand new stuff. So don't find a negative in it. God damn. Don't find a negative, would you? Here again, we're telling you we did something amazing. We helped these kids and that felt good. That's where we're headed. So that brings me to this part of the video. I have a few $100,000 worth of inventory left. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want to keep giving it away. Okay? And I'm going to. And I'm going to by starting to recognize those people from day one. And it doesn't mean everybody. I'm going to miss people. But then again, there's criteria I have. Okay? There's criteria I have. First of all, and watch me because I'm going to break down. Okay? I got a guy whose wife passed away. And this guy is, I don't know, he's an older guy. Awesome guy. And his wife passed away. And I shut the store down that day. And I said, I don't want to sell online. It was his wife, it was a funeral that day. And I couldn't fly out there, but I wanted to. I've never met him, but he's been a customer of mine for a while. I've seen him, FaceTimed him, talked to him. He's like family to me. And I'm like, damn it. His name's Al. Al Rozansky. God, good as gold. And I said, you know what? This guy, I said, he needs to get back into drones. So Al, for you, my friend, and I've tried to reach him tonight, but I can't get him online right now. He's not there. And I said, Al, I got a surprise for you. So for Al, I am giving Al my Beta Flight bag filled with goggles, controller, drone, everything for that man. He's just, the guy's as good as gold. What the hell am I going to do with it, huh? I'm going to give it to him so he can take his mind off all these things and just have fun. So Al, this is my bag. This is my personal bag. And I'm giving it to you because, damn it, man, you've had a tough one. And you deserve it. And I know your wife is watching. And I see the cardinal fly outside my house. And it's her telling me, watch out for Al. So I'm giving it to you. You will have all the equipment you need in here to fly some new drones. Okay? I don't need my bag anymore. I don't fly anymore. I don't get to. So who can I give it to? Al. So Al, buddy, I love you. You are family to me. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And I hope that these things will make things a little bit better. Okay? That's for Al. Now let me tell you, there's a guy named Julio Torres. And Julio, I told you I was going to help you out. Okay? Julio has been with me since day one. He invested in drones with me when I was just starting out. Okay? And he's been down on his luck a little bit. Found out he was in the hospital. Didn't know that. Had some surgery, I guess. The guy is as good of a gold father as you can get. Loves his family. And you know what he told me? He said, I wrote him out of the blue. I said, how's it going, man? I wrote him yesterday. He told me about the hospital. And I said, are you flying? He said, I'm trying to. I mean, this and that. And never had a chance. Hadn't had a chance to do digital yet. And part of that is, it's expensive. That man wrote me about my son and just kept checking with me, man. Just checking. And I'm like, this guy gives a shit. Julio Torres, I'm giving you a brand new pair of DJI goggles. I have them here somewhere, but there's a box. It's right over there. I'm giving you a brand new pair of DJI goggles, and I'm giving you a brand new drone that comes digitally equipped. Okay? So I have here, I want you guys to see. I'm going to lift this up. Okay? I'm going to try to lift this up. This is just some of the brand new the brand new HDLRC drones. I have about 100 of them. This is 11 of them. And somewhere on here, I'm going to find it. Right here. I'm going to go ahead and, Julio Torres, to you, I'm going to give you the brand new Sector 30 with the Vista Kit Nebula, with the Nebula Nano, and I'm going to give you a brand new pair of DJI goggles. That's yours, buddy, because you deserve it. Because you have been just amazing, and I want you and your kids to go have fun. So thank you, and I hope you have a good time. And I'll give you everything you need for it, the batteries, everything. That's on the house, okay? To my man, Angel. You know, that guy flies and promotes Cyclone every time. He has been here while everybody else who wanted to be, who said they were a pilot, who this or that, took off. And he still posts videos and promotes Cyclone. Angel Soto. So he's been asking me, he needs some equipment. Angel, I'm going to tell you what I got for you, brother. Hey, Julio, you're awesome, bro. I just want you to have fun. Angel, I saved a special stash of Vistas and air units and Vistas just for you. Brand new. It's sold out. It's off our site, but I pulled some, and I promised you I was going to do that. For you, my friend, whatever I've got, whatever you need, you've been there. You've gone through hell. You fought for your kid. You've gone to court for it. You've been through the same shit I go through, and you still manage to fly and do for others and make these videos, and your videos are awesome. Whatever you need. The Vistas, the DJI air units, the new cameras, whatever it is you need, they're yours. I am pulling those. I've pulled them for you. I've got here flight controllers ESC combos from HDLRC, the 20 by 20s that you wanted. Anything you need, it's all coming to you. On the house. It's free. Okay? Now look. There's a lot of you guys, I said this was a series part 1 because there's more videos and more giveaways I'm going to do. For all of those people who just were like, you're going out of business? No, I'm not going out of business, damn it. I'm just not chasing the dollar right now. I'm sick of chasing the dollar. I made more money last week than I made in the last 10 years. On God. If you take all 10 years and add it up, I did one deal last week and made more than I made it all 10 years added up. Okay? Money is not the problem. The problem is I'm not happy. because I'm not taking care of you guys. I'm not seeing people have fun. I'm seeing poor people have to wait. I'm seeing wealthier people get to do it. And I'm seeing people steal and be greedy and this and that. And I'm like, stop. There has got to be something for these guys that work, that are providing for their kids, are paying for this, are doing all these things and don't have the dollar left at the end of the day to enjoy the damn hobby. So now I'm going to make you enjoy it. All these drones, okay? All of these here, plus all the ones I have in the warehouse, free. I am giving them away to good people. And if that means I'm going out of business, piss on it. I don't care. I am going to help who I can, okay? And I will not give it to people that have already, that have been taking and taking. You shit talk me, you badmouth me. You know what? I'll tell you, my mom, God bless my mom. She's my best friend. My wife is my best friend. My mom is my best friend. I love my mom. Talk to her every day. She watched that video I did on that Drew idiot out of Austin, and she called me. She says, I'm not proud of that. Take it down. I said, you know what? You're right. I'm going to take it down. So tonight, I'm going to take down all these videos I did out of anger when people pissed me off. You know why? Because it didn't make me happier. Yeah, I got them back, but it didn't make me happier at the end of the day. I'm like, ooh, look, it just didn't do it. Well, what makes me happy? Helping everybody. And that's what we're going to do. So the videos, these idiots, they know who they are. They're coming down. Let them hopefully learn a lesson and move on. Me, I am finding my peace. I worked so hard on this deal that we closed last week. I've been working on it for a year. I got a guy whose dad is in the hospital, and I'm going to give him some money to help his dad. What do we need all this for? If you don't help people, what's the point? So it's time to give. Okay? And I'm seeing your comments. And I will try my best to respond. But I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going out of business. I'm just not doing business the way I used to. I'm going to give the last remaining 100 to 200. Now, there'll still be stuff on my site to sell. And if any of you know, it's all below cost. I'm losing money every day on the stuff you're buying. But I don't give a shit anymore. I've made money doing other stuff. This never made me money. This was just fun until it became not fun anymore. So while I'm still selling, I am giving away. Everything I have left, I'm giving away. I'm not going out of business though. I'm just going to finish donating first. And when I'm done, we will start fresh. Fresh inventory, a fresh path, a new way of doing things. Okay? So for you three guys that I donate to tonight, Al, Julio, and Angel, each of you has had your run-ins. Each of you has had your ups and downs. Each of you has had your difficult time. And I consider all three of you family to me. And if I can't give to you guys, what the hell's the point? And I'll tell you something else. There's somebody I didn't mention yet, and it breaks my heart. He lost his father not too long ago. And I missed the message he wrote me. And I got it yesterday. I'm about 2 weeks late from what he told me because I took time off. I'm not going to say who he is right now, but I got something special for him in the next video. Okay? So guys, that's it. That's where we're headed. I'm not fighting for people anymore. I'm not doing anything. I am going to give away everything we got so I can feel good about that I did my part for the hobby and for these people. And I will continue to do your repairs. I will catch up on where I'm at. I will finish what has been sitting here for about a month. And then I will make sure to keep taking care of you. So I hope you enjoy it. Wish us luck with the district, okay? Wish us luck with our fight there because that did hurt quite a bit. And when you're done, say a few prayers for these people that have had it a little tough, okay? We'll be back. I'm giving a lot of stuff away. I mean, a lot. God darn, guys. I have 100 drones or 200 drones. You want ESCs? Listen, hey, psst, you want ESCs? I got 65 amp ESCs. I got 600 of them. Just find a good home for them. Help the kids. Help the people who can't afford it. Give it to them. Just give it to them. I don't want any money for it. But just promise me on God, on something you believe in, you will not use it for your own greed. You will not give it to somebody who doesn't need it. You have got to give it to good people. That's the only requirement. That's it for me, homies. Last bit of information I want to tell you is a month ago, or 2 months ago, a month ago, I finally got my kid full time. And he had head trauma, and I remember telling them about that. And I finally, after 5 years of fighting, my oldest now lives here permanently. I wish I could get my other two, but I don't want to fight anymore. So my time is being spent now with him, and my other two when they're here, and my wife. And it's because of all that that I realized that we need to change directions. We got to find peace and happiness and help everybody else. So my God, when I tell you, I'm going to help you guys. Find the people that need it, guys. Reach out to me. I'll send it to them. You understand? We're going to donate. We are going to donate what we can to help everybody. Radios, everything. And I'll end it here. I don't want to go on and on. It's been 51 minutes. I know that's a long time. We are going to help as many people as we can. And when I'm done, I'll buy more and I'll donate more. Why? Because I can. Why? Because, God darn it, we hit a gold mine. And what is the point of having the money if you're not helping anybody? Argue with me on that one. God blessed us with our business transactions last week. But it's time to give it all back. So have fun, guys. Stay in touch and pay attention to the next video. It won't be so long-winded, but now that you know what's going on, the next one will actually be about what we're giving away. Some contests we're going to have. Some cool stuff. Okay? And for all you guys who are negative, I'm sorry. I mean, all you did was cost yourself free equipment. I'm not going to fight y'all anymore. God bless, guys. I appreciate y'all giving me your time. Some of you may not agree with this. I don't know. But goddamn, I've slept 2 nights in a row. In the last 4 years, I get up at least 3-4 times a night. The last 2 days, since I gave all this stuff away and decided I'm going to do this video for you guys, I slept through the night twice. In 4 years, I haven't done that. That means something. Have fun. Hang around. You're going to see me give a lot of stuff away. Get people ready, man. Go find people that are down on their luck. Get them ready. I want to put some stuff in their hands for free. Okay? God bless, guys. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.